Hey YouTube, it's Pookie, and today's video, I wanted to do something more laid back, more chill. Um, no script or anything like that. I'm just gonna sit back here, play some Halo. This is some pre-recorded gameplay from a Halo 3 Master Chief Collection. It came out on PC a couple of months ago, and it was pretty fun to run through. I actually have a lot of footage, so the next couple of videos are probably gonna have Halo as the background gameplay. But as far as what I wanted to talk about, I don't know. This is a very new channel, and I'm really just trying to give YouTube a try and um, see if I sort of not only have what it takes, but if I really want to do this, this whole commentary stuff. I'm a huge fan of the commentary style that was really popular back in like 2007, 2008, right around the start of YouTube when Machinima was sort of king, and you had guys like C Nanners and Hutch and Mr. Sark and White Boy 7th Street and all those guys. I don't know. I just really like that time on the internet. I think it was really cool. I mean, it was just people sort of having fun playing games, playing COD, playing Halo, um, and just talking about like life. And I mean, sometimes it would get deep, but most of the time it was just sort of like light topics that you could just sort of jump into. You could talk about. You could ask the community about, and then sort of just move on to the next thing. Just really chill and yeah, just really cathartic. Cause I mean, I know me at least. After like a long day of university, or back when I was younger, after a long day of school, I'd love to come home and watch a couple videos from C Nanners um, or watch some Machinima, some Anoj top 10 clips for Halo 3. But yeah, I sort of want to revive. I want this channel to sort of revive um, that time in the internet, and that sort of when things were simpler and not everything was just clickbait and uh, giving away $200,000 if you answer the question correctly. Just like Mr. Beast style crazy clickbait, or like, not to knock Mr. Beast. I mean, what he does is crazy, but I don't know. I feel like YouTube's moving in a direction now where there's like a lot of new content creators that I feel like they're moving the platform in a way that's sort of I don't know. They're not moving it in the right direction. At least I don't think so. I think nowadays a lot of content creators are almost just farming. They're just sort of grinding out subscriptions and grinding out donations and grinding out live streams, and everything feels really forced. All the content I'm seeing on the platform just feels really forced. Um, Clickbait. There's always been clickbait, but it was always sort of with good intention. It's never been sort of malicious. But recently, I don't know. I mean, one thing that's really funny is a couple of months ago, when there was this huge thing that happened with Fortnite, Fortnite being taken off the App Store. I haven't played Fortnite since like vanilla, since it first released. Me and my friends used to play a little bit, but then the 9-year-olds took over, and it's sort of a dead game in my opinion. But yeah, I remember when Fortnite got taken off of the App Store, and I remember it came up as recommended because it was just such like breaking news. But I remember I clicked on it just to see what it was about, and I sort of got into this sucked into this rabbit hole of these Fortnite content creators. And honestly, man, what I saw, it sort of shocked me because there's this like whole other side of YouTube that I think a majority of us, when I say us, I mean I'm in my 20s. Um, Presumably, if you're watching this, you're probably in your late teens, early 20s. Just because this content, I hope, attracts that sort of crowd. Not to say you're not welcome if you're, outside of that demographic, but yeah, I think there's a whole side of YouTube that a lot of us never get to see because it just doesn't interest us. Like none of us are clicking on J Station videos or on J Station videos or like things of that nature. But yeah, so I went down this rabbit hole and I found all of these Fortnite channels, and it's crazy. They're basically like these content farms, these content machines, and they'll upload, 2 or 3 videos a day, and they'll basically just regurgitate the same information over and over, but it'll have a different clickbait title and a different clickbait thumbnail. And kids, you can tell their audiences are kids because if you read the comments, the English is incoherent at best, and it's all just kids saying like, oh, like sort of J Station. Oh, I hope you're doing okay after you contacted the demon at 3 a.m. Um, but yeah, it was just like this weird other side of YouTube, this like dark side of the moon sort of deal. And it was really scary because I'm realizing that, especially, I mean, PewDiePie brought a lot of attention to like Coco Melon, for instance. There are these whole other aspects of YouTube and whole other sort of viewer bases on the website that most people have no idea exist. Who knew that Coco Melon, um, a channel that's making like nursery rhymes and like sing-along videos for kids, would have how many subscribers do they have now? Like 90,000 subscribers. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird, and I feel like the platform is moving in a direction that I don't necessarily like. But then again, who am I? Um, I have been watching YouTube. I grew up with YouTube. I'd say my generation was sort of like the first people that grew up with YouTube as sort of like this household thing. I mean, basically everyone I knew when I was younger watched YouTube. I mean, I think I was the sort of part of like the first generation where we moved away from TV and onto the internet. I was right before Twitch, so I mean, I watched the birth of Twitch and sort of like this huge growth of YouTube. And honestly, I'm really proud of the platform, and I'm really happy that I sort of got to be there and I sort of got to see its evolution. But I don't know. I feel like we're moving in not the best direction right now. But I'm hoping that this channel, hopefully I do decide to stick with this, and I hope that this channel sort of can anchor the platform and sort of what once was, and what I consider to be the glory days of YouTube, when stuff was just simple. Um, you had funny personalities, you had good commentary. Everything wasn't too deep. Everything was pretty light, pretty funny, and just pretty cathartic. And you could just come home from a long day at work, or a long day of university, or a long day at high school or middle school or elementary, or whatever you may be up to, and you could just sit down and watch some Scene Anners or watch some Sark or stuff like that. Yeah. So that's basically it. Geez, we're 7 minutes in. I really haven't said a lot. Um, yeah, I'm just giving this whole YouTube thing a try. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to have fun with it, honestly. Quarantine's been pretty rough. I'm thinking about making a video about quarantine and sort of what I've been doing to stay sane and, not sort of lose all touch with reality, which it's been tough, but I think you always have to count your blessings, because no matter how tough things are, you always have to remember there's other people that have it way worse than you, inconceivably worse than you. So I think it's good to always be thankful. Yeah, Halo 3. Man, I'm just watching the gameplay on the screen now. Man, this game is amazing. How many years ago? Amazing 13 years ago, and it's still amazing today. So I played it first in 2008, I think was the first time I played through it, and I loved it. It's always been my favorite game. I just have so many good memories attached with Halo 3. With the Halo series in general, but Halo 3 in particular, because I think it was my first Halo. Yeah, Halo 3 is my first Halo, and I just absolutely loved it. The multiplayer was sick. It was my first real multiplayer game. I think the only multiplayer thing I've done I had done prior to Halo 3 was like RuneScape. So that's sort of more like more MMO style multiplayer with like text boxes and stuff like that to chat. But my first authentic multiplayer, 4-on-4 Slayer with all the trash talking, that was on Halo 3, and I think that's why I have so many good memories with it. Um, yeah, man, I want to do a video where I just sort of go over like almost like a nostalgia deep dive for Halo 3, because man, I have a lot of good memories attached to this game. But playing through it again on Master Chief Collection it was so good. It's so good. I played it on PC. I know it's been out for a while on Xbox One, but man, I'm not gonna get an Xbox One, But playing it on PC at I think 60 FPS it was capped at. Oh man, it's just so good. It's just really so good. it really, I mean, Halo 3 didn't really need the graphical overhaul, which, I mean, they didn't give it any sort of graphical work, but I don't think it needed it, honestly. Halo 1 and 2 definitely needed it. They were looking sort of dated, but Halo 3, there's something about it, man. There's something about it. It still looks so good, even in 2020. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna start wrapping things up. But yeah, let me guys know if you enjoyed the video. I hope I keep pumping out more videos in the future. I hope I can build a little community here. Not looking to get too big. I want to keep it sort of humble. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for sticking through to the end. And yeah, I hope I can put out some more content for you guys in the future. Comment, let me know if you guys wanna say anything, and take care, guys. Everyone, stay safe.